I've been selling online now for freaking hell, ages, many, many years. And during that time, I've tried lots and lots of different KPIs to monitor my business. I've really reduced that down to a series of 10 KPIs, really easy to do, that enable you to get a very good understanding in 5 minutes about what your business is doing, if there's any cause for concern, and how to go about growing your business on the back of the information these 5 minute check gets for you. Let me show you exactly what it is. So at the top of my funnel of where I'm thinking of what I want to measure is what's happening with new customers coming into the business. Okay. So I think of this as traffic. And so within that, I want to measure the impressions per month. So the number of people who are actually searching for the thing that I am selling per month, because that gives you the best possible insight into the state of the market per month. And oftentimes when you see that sales are down for a month, then impressions were down, and that's why sales were down. So nothing fundamentally wrong, just less people searched that month, okay? On the other side of that, sales are up. Check if your impressions were up that month, because it may be the case that whilst you're giving yourself a pat on the back for sales being up, in actuality, all that happened were impressions were up, and that made everything else rise. Okay, so it just kind of keeps things in check. Anyway, so impressions per month, very important. Next is clicks per month. So a number of people who are clicking on the actual advert, I want to know that shit, because what that immediately tells me is, have I got competitors coming into my market? So that's a very, very simple way of monitoring competitors. Like if your clicks are down, typically it's because you've got new competitors coming in who are trying to usurp your position in whatever particular traffic source you're talking about. Okay, it can also mean that there's negative shit written about you online, and so you can check that out as well. But clicks per month, very important thing, metric to check. Next thing I go check is the share of impressions that I get. So here I'm just wanting to know if there are 10,000 people searching per month for that particular item, how many of those people have seen my advert? If there's 10,000 people searching per month, how many saw my advert? That's an important metric to check, because it tells you if you need to alter your budgets, typically your daily budgets, to make sure everybody that's interested in your product is seeing your product. Okay, very, very important. These are all what I think of as top of funnel things. Okay. The cost of clicks, also very, very important. How much is a click costing you to get? Is there, are some, and you can go much deeper into this, but at this level, what's the average cost of a click over time? That's an important metric to check. You'll find, all things being equal, over time, your average cost of a click should come down, without you doing anything at all. Like a big thing that PPC agencies don't tell you, and they should tell you, is that cost of click naturally comes down over time, because Google figures out your advert, they know they can trust you, and your click costs come down as a result of that. Anyway, so that's also important. And then the last one I have on my mini dashboard is clicks to sales. How many of the clicks that came through turned into sales for the product? Okay. And then again, you can and should have a much more macro understanding of like, what were the search terms specifically that resulted in sales. But as a top level, clicks to sales is good to track. Okay. That will give you some interesting information. So that's all top information, traffic coming into the funnel. Okay. Next, middle of the funnel. So I think of middle of the funnel as my conversions. So now I've got traffic coming in. what the hell's happening to those people who come into my particular store? What are they doing? Okay, that's what I want to know next. So the easiest ones to figure that out is sales per day or week. Like, you want to know that. How many sales per day or per week are you getting? And of course, that is going to be interlinked with that, impressions per month, and also with that, because if you've not got enough budget, then your clicks will go down. But that's a good thing to check, sales per day and per week. Next is sales page conversion rates. So is there an issue? This just tells you if there's an issue with your website. Your conversion rate should be pretty consistent over time. If you notice things going on, that's a big red flag to go check things out. So sales page conversion rates, big red flag. Something, if that alters too much, that's a warning. You want to find that out real fast, okay? And then the last one I check is traffic conversion rates. You can't always do this. So what I mean by that is what are the conversion rates of a given traffic source? So at its most gross, if I send 100 clicks from Google to my website, how many of those clicks then turn into sales? Okay, at its most gross, it's that. And if you just get that, that's great intel to have. That's great information to have. As you get more sophisticated, you'll want to know what are the search terms that are leading to sales, okay? But that's the next level of sophistication. All right, so that's middle. That gives you great information about what's happening on your website. And then the bottom, that is lifetime value for me. So what's happening with my customers? How am I treating my customers? Are my customers having a good user experience? Okay, so repeat customers. Clearly, people don't come back to you if they've had a shitty experience. You want to find out if they're getting a shitty experience real fast. Cancels. So customers are canceling things, whether that's abandoned carts, whether that's returning products, whatever that means within your business. If they're canceling their order in some way, you want to know about that real fast, okay? Especially if it deviates from what's normal in your business. And the last one is, what is the lifetime value of your customer? Anyway, so that's my that's the things I check, okay? Now, again, notice in this that what these are is they're all red flags, and that's how I think about them, okay? So if something is amiss in this, then it's a warning. You then go dive in to find out what the hell's going on, okay? That's how I think about these things. But this is the dashboard. I have my consulting clients. It's also the one I put together for myself as well. And in just 5 minutes, you get to see, is my business okay? Is it doing the right things? Yes, it is. Cool. Then I can get back with all my other things, okay? And you can go deeper into it, but for most people to begin with, this is enough. As you become more sophisticated, you will go deeper though, and that's a really cool thing to do. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. There's actually over 2,500 members now right here in Australia, and growing. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community here in Australia, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, and more importantly, how we can help you build your own or grow your own e-commerce business, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that is right underneath in the description, or you can just go Google that, Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. You'll find us that way too. See you in the next video. Bye.